7 News on your side at 5 starts now. We begin with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon. We begin at 5 with that breaking news from Forestville. Skytrack 7 live over the scene of an apartment fire that has now grown to a second alarm. This is on Pennsylvania Avenue, just inside the Beltway. Right now, we can tell one building has critical damage. Firefighters are trying to stop the flames from spreading. At this hour, there's no word on whether there are any injuries. We will keep tracking this, and we will alert you as we learn more.
Storm watch coverage for you now, where we're on the cusp of another dramatic shift in our forecast. A live look outside right now shows plenty of sunshine, but not a lot of warmth. And by tomorrow, we'll see a complete reversal of what we've got right now.
Whiplash weather.
Yes.
Storm Watch 7 Chief Meteorologist Bill Kelly is tracking the risk of a messy start to tomorrow, followed up by a warm-up and then a risk of storms on Thursday. Bill, there's a lot to keep up with here.
Yeah, there sure is. So let me just start with that. You talk about the storms. This is for Thursday. No, it's only Tuesday, but we are already in that slight risk category from the Storm Prediction Center. So Thursday, we're on a weather alert. We're going to be tracking strong to potentially severe storms in our area. Right now, we're quiet. As you mentioned, we have just some temperatures that are a little bit warmer than yesterday, but they are still chilly. That is going to change as a warm front moves on through. But out the door, we're at 47 in D.C., 43 in Gaithersburg, 45 Cumberland. Talking about wind chill factors that are in the 30s and 40s. And generally speaking, this time of year, this is way down there. However, it is significantly warmer than it was yesterday, where we had teens and 20s at this hour. Now, the winds are not as strong, but they are still a little breezy, working in from the northwest between 15 to 25 miles per hour in terms of the gusts. These are going to be calming down a little bit for now. So outside this evening, we'll see those winds calm a bit. Temperatures will drop on down, 39 at 10 o'clock. It's chilly, but not quite as cold. But look at this temperature trend. So today we're in the 40s. I mean, yesterday, you know how cold it was. We're going to go 60 tomorrow, 74 degrees by Thursday. And with that transition comes some change. So not only storms on Thursday, but a winter mix tomorrow morning. We'll break it down in just a few minutes, Lisa.
Thanks, Bill. Tonight, there's new video showing the aftermath of a devastating crash that shut down I-81 north of Harrisburg in Pennsylvania. This is what it looks like today. Dozens of mangled cars still block that highway. There's no estimate for when it will reopen. Of course, it comes after this.
Oh, watch out, watch out. Oh, God.
What a terrible scene. Around 60 cars and trucks were caught up in that chain reaction crash that came in near whiteout conditions. 3 people confirmed dead, but there is fear that that number could grow.
In Ashburn tonight, we're waiting for an update from firefighters as they continue searching for one person still missing after a wind-driven fire spread to several homes overnight. We know 2 people had to be taken to a burn center for treatment of their injuries. 3 homes were destroyed, with a 4th damaged, and the cause remains under investigation at this hour.
To Maryland now, and new developments in that tense battle over election districts in Maryland. That after a judge ruled that maps the legislature had already approved were gerrymandered and biased. Now we're seeing a new plan take shape. 7 News' Brad Bell is on your side tonight with what this means for voters. And Brad joins us live from Hyattsville. Brad?
Yeah, you know what? This is a big deal because it could affect the balance of power in Congress. It affects who you can vote for, who represents you in Congress, and where I'm standing is a perfect example. This is Hyattsville. Currently, it is represented by Steny Hoyer. It's lumped in with all of the southern Maryland counties, even though it is surrounded by the 4th district. The new map they're talking about puts all of this in the 4th. Maryland's congressional district map has been called the most gerrymandered in the country, earning an F rating from a Princeton review. It featured convoluted lines drawn to ensure Democratic wins in at least 7 of the 8 districts, and last Friday a judge ruled it unconstitutional.
With 30 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 1012, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed.
Today, along party lines, the legislature working to hastily approve a new map Democratic leadership says was drawn over the weekend to comply with the judge's order to try again.
The order also directed the General Assembly to develop a new congressional map by tomorrow, March 30th, a total of 5 days, including Saturday and Sunday.
This is the map rejected by the judge as unconstitutional because it ignored jurisdictional and geographical boundaries by weaving around to grab or exclude blocks of voters to ensure Democratic majority districts. This is the new map. The districts are clearly more compact. The 4th district is a good example, one snaking its way over toward Annapolis. It's now basically Prince George's County, inside the Beltway, and up to Laurel.
It has significantly more compact districts, and it also ensures that no jurisdiction has more than 3 districts within.
Even so, Republicans, including Delegate Kathy Shalega, one of the victorious plaintiffs who sued to have the original map thrown out, say it's still gerrymandering.
The map is truly 7 Democrats and 1 Republican, which is not reflective of the citizens of the great state of Maryland. We are not 7-1 Democrat to Republican.
And so what we expect to happen next is that the House will very quickly this evening approve that new map, that bill, and then it'll be sent over to the judge tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen at that point, but we'll sure let you know. In Hyattsville, Brad Bell, 7 News.
Tonight, legislation banning so-called ghost guns is headed to Maryland Governor Larry Hogan. Those are guns typically sold online that don't have serial numbers, are very difficult to track, and can be easily assembled at home. Montgomery County Police say a teenager used a ghost gun to shoot a classmate at Magruder High School back in January. One student was injured in that shooting but survived. The other is facing criminal charges. This new legislation will ban people from buying, receiving, selling, or transferring ghost guns. If signed, it will take effect in March of next year.
Tonight, a major development involving the war in Ukraine. Russia says it will significantly scale back some of its military operations. But can that claim be trusted? 7 News chief political correspondent Scott Thuman, who has reported from both Russia and Ukraine in the past, has the update.
Well, obviously things can change very quickly, but the announcement from Russia during this negotiating process is that it will significantly pull back its military attacks against Kyiv and another key northern city. If true, that would be the first real progress at slowing this war. However, and this is a big caveat, Tuesday afternoon, President Biden and his State Department expressed real serious doubt that Russia can be trusted on this. John Kirby saying Russia has moved a small number of forces away from the capital and may be repositioning but not withdrawing, and still poses a real threat to Kyiv. And he argues that Russia has even admitted it is refocusing efforts to take over the Donbass, the area in the east.
Nobody should be fooling ourselves by the Kremlin's now recent claim that it will suddenly just reduce military attacks near Kyiv, or any reports that it's going to withdraw all its forces.
The Pentagon multiple times Tuesday describing Russia still as an acute threat and that it may just be moving the goalposts. Meanwhile, Russia also reportedly floated the idea of a possible meeting now between Vladimir Putin and Ukraine's Zelensky. We'll stay tuned for more on that. In Washington, I'm Scott Thuman.
And right now, our colleagues at ABC World News Tonight, working on the very latest in the Ukrainian situation. Producers tell us they're focusing on the Russian claims that it will scale back military operations. See what they found, beginning at 6:30 right here on 7 News.
And 7 News is on your side, covering the crisis in the classroom exposed during the pandemic. Among the big problems is a need for superintendents, with vacancies in several of our local districts.
Our coverage begins with 7 News reporter Heather Graff in Fairfax County, where that school board search is now in its final stage.
Over the past year, we've been tracking superintendent openings across the country, including 14 of the nation's 20 largest school districts that have either recently hired or are currently looking for a new leader. From Los Angeles to New York City to Montgomery and Fairfax County Public Schools here in our area.
I just want to thank all of you for allowing me the great privilege and honor to serve FCPS.
That's FCPS Superintendent Dr. Scott Brabrand, who's now in the final months of his contract and is set to leave June 30th. Today, a spokesperson for the school district said the effort to find Brabrand's replacement is proceeding as scheduled. And according to a timeline posted on the FCPS website, finalist candidates are being interviewed by the school board this week. It's the latest step in a hiring process that began in October of 2021, when FCPS brought in a superintendent search firm called GR Recruiting.
We do all types of sizes of school districts.
7 News actually interviewed the founder of GR Recruiting earlier this month. month about what he calls an unprecedented number of superintendent vacancies, citing COVID and the current political climate as contributing factors.
A lot of folks are just saying it's not for me anymore. It's too tough.
And while he was tight-lipped on the search for Fairfax County superintendent, we can tell you the job posted on GR Recruiting's website lists a base salary in the range of $350,000. And during a series of town hall meetings in January, we got some insight as to when the school board will reveal who they've hired.
That announcement should be made sometime around the first part of April, and then the person will begin officially on July 1.
Heather Graff, 7 News.
In Spotsylvania County, there's now a timeline set for it to hire a firm to find its next superintendent. That consensus was reached just before 11 o'clock last night. The district is on the clock with state law requiring it to choose a new superintendent within the next 4 months. The district fired its last superintendent without cause back in January. It wants proposals for a search firm by April 4th, that is next Monday, and they want a contract sent to the selected firm by the end of next week, and that contract executed by April 12th. Calvert County has chosen its next superintendent. The school board voted last week to name Dr. Andre Townsell to the role. He will be the county's first African-American superintendent when he takes over on July 1st. The move is a bit of a homecoming for Dr. Townsell, who earned his doctorate at Howard University. He was named Superintendent of the Year at his current role in Michigan last year. And tonight there's a massive effort underway to free that 1,000-long-foot ship, the container ship that's been stuck in the Chesapeake Bay for more than 2 weeks. We're going to check on its progress.
We'll also check to see how the cherry blossoms fared after last night's freeze and show you their surprise guest today.
And the FDA has just approved another COVID booster shot, but not for everyone. 7 News on your side talks to local doctors next.
Back now to that breaking news. Skytrack over the scene of that apartment fire in Forestville. This is Pennsylvania Avenue. It's about a block from the Beltway. We continue to work to find out if anyone has been hurt. We can tell you right now, one building has been destroyed, another involved. We'll continue to follow the story for you.
7 News is on your side, tracking plans for another round of COVID booster shots. The FDA just gave the green light for a second booster from Pfizer or Moderna. 7 News' Kelly Lynn is at the alert desk with what local doctors are saying. Kelly?
Lisa, this latest authorization applies to those 50 years old or older and anyone 12 and older who is immunocompromised.
At Preston's Pharmacy in Arlington, employees are ready for customers to come in and get their second or third booster shot.
As far as distribution, there are no issues in supply chain, so at Preston's we're going to have ample supply to serve the community.
7 News got a closer look at that supply. They're the same shots as the previous boosters. The Food and Drug Administration's expanded emergency use authorization for the Pfizer and Moderna COVID vaccines will allow the immunocompromised and those over 50 years old to get another booster 4 months after receiving the previous one. 7 News talked to the experts to learn more about this latest push to offer greater protection to higher-risk individuals, including Dr. Sam El-Ghali of Inova Health System.
It probably helps a little bit with symptomatic infection. And probably, if we go with what some of our leaders in the medical community are saying right now, there probably is more evidence of a benefit kind of as you push that age a little bit higher, like 60, 65 and above.
Dr. John White of WebMD calls this a positive step, but stresses additional efforts should be made to get shots into the arms of the unvaccinated and get other Americans boosted.
The other thing that I would have liked to have seen is a reformulation of the vaccine. Remember, this is the same shot as the first couple of ones. So why aren't we finding a booster that we're addressing the variants that we've seen?
Once the boosters get a nod from the CDC, Welch expects to see a surge at his pharmacy.
So patients just need to show up. They bring their driver's license and insurance card. That's all we're asking for, and our staff is going to handle the rest.
And the next step is for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to make a permissive recommendation for the shots to be used in this latest age group, and that should happen in the next few days. Reporting at the alert desk, Kelly Lynn, 7 News.
And 7 News is on your side as we continue to track the pandemic's effects in our area. Overall, cases and hospitalizations have been on the decline since the peak of the Omicron surge in January. Hospitalizations are now at their lowest point since July. And as for vaccinations, right now about half of those eligible for booster shots in Maryland and Virginia have gotten them. That number falls to around 38% in the district.
Virginia's Attorney General is joining a lawsuit that challenges a federal rule requiring masks on public transportation. Jason Miyares calls the rule unconstitutional and unnecessary. And now 20 other states are suing to overturn the rule as well. Right now, the TSA's mask mandate runs through April the 18th. It's not clear, though, if it's going to be renewed. Out at Nats Park this afternoon, National Park Service, that is, reports the cherry blossoms weathered last night's freeze. It's obviously not Nats Park. They didn't come through completely unscathed, however. The NPS shared pictures today showing frost burn on some of the blossoms, but overall there's still plenty of puffy white when it comes to the blooms that you can see. And we've got new pictures showing second gentleman Doug Emhoff standing by at the tidal basin. He stopped there. He was apparently getting his Park Service passport stamped. He also hung a note on a pledge tree for the group that works to preserve the historic trees.
Frostbite on the blooms.
When it gets that
What are you going to do?
No, the fact that they're still there, I think, is remarkable.
I know. Bill Kelly, are we in for more sad blossoms this evening?
He's back in 30, right?
I'm Katie DePaula, and for over 7 decades, Long has been helping families bring quality and beauty to their homes. So you can trust us to replace your roof the right way, the long way. Even a tiny leak in your roof can cause thousands of dollars in structural damage and create hazardous mold. You don't want this in your home. Protect your family and your home. Visit longroofing.com and arrange a free quote today. That's longroofing.com.
Yeah, we will see more sad blossoms, unfortunately, as we get temperatures that are down there. I don't see the widespread freeze tonight. That was the last 2 nights. Got down to 25 this morning, by the way. Way down there. The record stands at 18, fortunately, but we were close. Cumberland, look at the high clouds that are working on through. We got a lot of sunshine mixed in with these high-level clouds around the region, and it's another breezy day. Not as windy as it was yesterday. This is the chop here looking out over the Potomac from the National Harbor. Temperature-wise, very chilly for this time of year. We got temperatures in the mid-40s, feels like temperatures down in the 30s and low 40s. However, that is considerably warmer than it was at the same time yesterday. So we're moving the right direction, at least in my opinion, and they're going to go way up tomorrow. The 24-hour temperature change is going to be considerable as we have a warm front that's back here to the west that's going to be moving through a little later on tonight. It's going to bring some warmer conditions, but it's also going to bring us some hazardous weather during that transition. So let me walk you through it. Here we are tonight, brand new Futurecast showing you as we go into the evening tonight. We'll be tracking that warm front here tonight on 7 News at 11. I'll be showing you an updated radar. I don't see anything in our area at that time, but tomorrow morning, 7 News, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, Veronica and Eileen, they're going to be tracking this. Now, let me get you a closer look here. The pink is where we have that winter mix. It will most likely be in the form of sleet, but there could be some rain-snow mix thrown on in there. This is 6 o'clock in the morning, so travel plans up and down 81, back over 68 and 70, working around the Capital Beltway through 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning. We could see that winter mix out there. I don't see it as a major impact on the roads. However, that transition will occur and there could be some slick spots, so we'll watch it very closely. The risk time for us is going to be essentially 4 a.m. through probably about 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning, because once we get to 10, the temperature is going to be warm enough that any precip is going to fall in the form of rainfall. And that goes through about noon, maybe a little longer than that, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then it's clearing on out in terms of rain. We'll have some cloud cover, and it will be much warmer. Notice these lines. These are called wind barbs, shows the direction and the speed. So there's a lot of them moving in from the south. That is ahead of our next weather maker, which will be a bigger deal. So we're going to say weather alert for you on Thursday. Your morning commute likely dry around a majority of our area, but we get into the mid to late part of the morning and around noon and beyond. And that's when we could see some of these storms working through. Heavy rainfall, cloud-to-ground lightning strikes, and the potential for these gusty winds to at least 60 miles per hour. Here's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday. Of course, we here on Storm Watch 7 will be on weather alert for you on standby if anything we need to cut in and tell you about any kind of severe storms. Southern Maryland. Then look at this. The front gets closer. 8 o'clock at night on Thursday. We'll continue to track that through about 11 p.m. and then they're gone. We'll remove the weather alert for Friday. and we're going to dry things out a little bit, and it will be much cooler. Winds, though, on Thursday. Look at these gusts, 30 to 40 miles per hour, independent of any storms throughout the day. So it is another windy day for us on Thursday. Winds throughout the day, though, are from the south, and so they're going to be that warm source. So it's amazing, going from teens and single-digit wind chills this morning to highs in the mid-70s on Thursday. And then we'll kind of moderate out a little bit, 61 on Friday. The weekend, a chance of showers Sunday, both days into the upper 50s and low 60s. But we're tracking a lot going on just over the next couple of days, guys.
Thanks, Bill. All new ahead tonight, how a Virginia woman's effort to clean up clutter nearly cost her $110,000.
And we continue to follow the effort to get that container ship out of the mud. It's the size of a skyscraper, but it's stuck in Chesapeake Bay.
The Maryland Terrapin football team was back on the field today, looking to build off its most successful season in years. One player in particular has the coach feeling like anything is possible. We'll have the details coming up.
All right, we got a case of good news and bad news with the Washington Nationals. I'm a glass half full type of guy, so let's start with the positive. Opening day is only 9 days away. It's almost here. Now, on the other hand, the Nats are not playing well in spring training. They have just one win in 9 games so far. Not good. Today, Washington up against the Astros, and the bats continue to be quiet. The Nats limited to just 1 run today. They're averaging less than 3 runs a game this spring. Houston scored a pair of runs in the second with this single to left by Jeremy Pena off Tanner Rainey. Nats drop another one, 3-1 the final. Spring football has returned. The University of Maryland hoping to build off their Pinstripe Bowl win back in December. And look at this. Today was their first of 14 practices leading up to the spring game on Saturday, April 30th. The Terps offense should take a step forward this year. All 5 starters are back on the line, with quarterback Talia Tungavailoa returning to direct the offense. Maryland head coach Mike Loxley believes his QB deserves some more national attention.
For him not to get the respect that the top quarterbacks in this country or in this league get is disappointing. But it's not our job to prove people wrong. It's our job to prove ourselves right. And there's no doubt in my mind that Talia Tungavailoa is one of the better quarterbacks in college football. There's no doubt that I've got a lot of faith in him, and our team has a lot of faith in him.
Over to the pros, the overtime rules for the NFL playoffs are changing. Team owners are approving a modified proposal that will guarantee each team a possession in overtime. This will only be for playoff games. The rule goes into effect this season. Now, the overtime rule for regular season games, which allows the team with the first possession to win if it scores a touchdown, will remain unchanged. And this all stems from that classic divisional game in the AFC playoffs this past year between the Bills and the Chiefs. It was a shootout, and the Chiefs got the ball first, scored a touchdown, and won the game. Buffalo never had a chance to answer, so that's why kind of this rule was steamrolled during the league meetings.
Do you like it?
I do. I like it because it's only in the playoffs. I'm happy they kept it the way it was for the regular season, where you can essentially still tie if it remains that way.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Now to that shocking moment, Will Smith smacking Chris Rock at the Oscars tonight. Montgomery County's Will Smith is weighing in on the shock he felt when he awoke the next day to a Twitter storm.
And we'll get an update on that colossal effort to free a massive ship from the Chesapeake Bay.
Here's the very latest on that situation in Forestville. A live picture from SkyTrack that is showing the firefighters as they continue battling this apartment fire. It's on Pennsylvania Avenue, close by the Beltway. The fire's been burning now more than an hour. Within the last 10 minutes, firefighters said they have sounded a 3rd alarm, which is a call for reinforcements. They need more help. We're continuing to work to find out if anyone is hurt, and we will watch this for you very carefully.
And right now, 7 News is tracking that massive effort to free that container ship that's been stuck in the Chesapeake Bay. SkyTrack 7 is over the effort to pull the ship free. It's called the Ever Forward, and it has been ever stuck since running around 2 weeks ago.
Tonight, Amy Simpson for our sister station in Baltimore is tracking this recovery operation that continues.
No forward movement for the Ever Forward in the Chesapeake Bay.
Everybody's calling this Evergreen Island. I want to see if it moves away.
Still stuck in the mud outside of the Craig Hill shipping channel.
I think we're rooting for that thing to get out of here.
Some of the only movement today is a steady stream of people.
The big boat.
Heading for the Pasadena shoreline. Setting up shop at Downs Park.
It's interesting to see it happen.
Hoping today would be the day.
And that tug just turned around to face this way.
This vessel finds itself unstuck.
I don't think so. Not today. Looking at everything, that's a lot of nature working against them.
The executive director of the Port of Baltimore tweeting updates over the weekend.
You see the tugboats?
Yeah. Saying today's refloating efforts would include 5 tugboats, 2 pushing from one side of the ship.
Exhaust. Yeah. Coming out of the tugboat.
2 pulling from the other side, and a long pull from the back of this roughly 1,000-foot ship.
Oh, look at this little guy.
Yeah. Around lunchtime today.
You think he's here to see the boat too?
An audience of nearly 50 people, some wondering how the rise and fall of the water plays a role in these efforts.
Up if they're waiting for the tide to come up a little better because it's really low.
And if tugboats aren't enough, what that means for the ship's cargo.
You take the wrong container off that thing.
Officials say there's a 1,000-yard safety zone around the Ever Forward while these tugboats are tugging. That perimeter closing the channel for commercial water traffic until midnight.
I hope it works. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's cool to look at, but I do hope it doesn't damage the ship, the bay. I hope the family members get to go home.
Today's efforts apparently unsuccessful, at least so far anyway, so that means dredging will continue and another refloating effort will take place over the weekend. Next time, 5 tugboats and 2 anchored barges and hopefully a little higher tide.
New tonight, with the swipe of a pen, President Joe Biden has finished a push that dates back more than a century to make lynching a federal hate crime. In speaking after the signing, the president invoked the memory of Emmett Till. He was a black teenager killed after a white woman said he made a pass at her, a lie she later recanted. And the president warned while that happened 65 years ago, the law is still necessary.
Racial hate isn't an old problem. It's a persistent problem. A persistent problem. And I know many of the civil rights leaders here know, you heard me say it 100 times. Hate never goes away. It only hides. It hides under the rocks. Given just a little bit of oxygen, it comes roaring back out, screaming.
That new law allows prosecutors to file lynching charges anytime a hate crime leads to death or serious injury.
This afternoon, the president took a moment to pay respects to Alaska Congressman Don Young. Young's body today was lying in state underneath Capitol Rotunda. He died earlier this month while flying back to his native Alaska. The 88-year-old had spent almost a half-century representing Alaska in the House. More impressive when you consider Alaska's only been a state for 63 years. And today, a remembrance in England for the late Prince Philip. Nearly a year after he died, Queen Elizabeth was escorted in by her son, Prince Andrew. This was the disgraced royal's first public appearance in settling that sexual assault case that was filed against him weeks ago. More than 1,800 people, I beg your pardon, were invited after a small funeral for the prince last year because of the pandemic. It had been up in the air whether the Queen herself would attend after she canceled previous official engagements because of poor mobility. Prince Philip died last April at the age of 99.
Developing now, questions today over former President Trump's phone logs from January 6th, 2021, when the Capitol riots were happening. They show a gap of more than 7.5 hours. That's according to the Washington Post, who reviewed internal White House records. The log shows that no calls were placed to or by Trump from around 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. that day. Now, the January 6th committee is questioning if it has the full report from that day or if Trump used burner phones to talk to people through back channels. Trump says he doesn't know what a burner phone is and assumed all his calls were recorded. The World News Tonight team is digging into this gap in the records and the investigation. You can catch that report tonight at 6:30, right on ABC 7 News.
All new ahead, the cleanup that almost cost a Virginia woman $100 grand.
Plus, the giveaway that had hundreds of people overjoyed today across our area.
Big surprise today for 300 local drivers as they filled their tanks for, well, nothing. Passport Auto Group gave away gas to the first 100 customers at 3 different locations across our area. This is what it looked like in Alexandria, where the line grew fast as word spread.
Very good, a very nice surprise. $60 free today. Amazing. Like I said, my gas was empty and I was coming to pump it and I said, what are they advertising? I saw so many TVs and when I saw the free gas, I said, oh, is this possible? It's a blessing.
We really want to give a boost to the community and feel like we want to help out.
That last comment from Everett Helmuth, who is with Passport Auto Group. He said they were trying to help out when they realized that right now it costs a minimum wage worker a full day's pay to fill an average gas tank. They expected to give away about $10,000 worth of gasoline today.
Nice.
It was.
A Virginia woman is celebrating tonight after a hasty cleanup nearly cost her a 6-figure payout. Earlier this month, Mary Elliott realized her Cash 5 lottery numbers were the winning numbers. But there was a problem. She'd thrown the ticket in the trash. Luckily, it hadn't been picked up yet, so she rummaged through and she found it. And then another scare. Barcode readers couldn't read it because of a coffee stain. Ultimately, state officials confirmed that it was the winning ticket and Elliott got her payout. No such happy ending, though, for an apparently lost lottery ticket in Maryland as of today. A Powerball ticket that hit a $10 million prize has expired. It was sold at a convenience store in Rockville. As a reminder, you have 180 days from the date of a drawing to come forward and claim your prize.
You've been warned.
Yeah.
Just Add plans to expand the hours at Smithsonian museums. We've got the timeline for the change.
And right name, wrong person. Montgomery County's Senator Will Smith responds to being confused with a much different Will Smith. After that, Oscars shocker next at 5. New at 5, Montgomery County officials are expected to approve a new plan to place police officers back in schools, at least in part. The about face follows several violent incidents this school year. 7 News reporter Kevin Lewis is live at school headquarters in Rockville to explain what's next. Kevin?
Well, Lisa, the new motto will be called CEO 2.0. CEO stands for Community Engagement Officer. According to this new plan, CEOs will have designated workstations inside of public schools, but they will still not be regularly stationed there.
But I am concerned about the new COVID.
On March 15th of last year, Montgomery County Executive Mark Elrich declared SROs would no longer be welcome in public schools. Then in May, 2 months later, council members Wjla and Craig Rice announced the creation of the Student Wellbeing Action Group, or SWAG for short. One day after that, Elrich revealed his own study group called Reimagining School Safety and Students' Well-Being.
That does involve looking at the former school resource officer program.
At an August 24th Board of Education meeting, Superintendent Monifa McKnight confirmed the SRO program was over. That word came 6 days before the new school year began.
And do we have a timeline moving forward?
Board of Ed member Lynn Harris noted school leaders decided to scrap the SRO program before the 2 study groups completed their work.
As far as getting a full idea of the reimagined, what we're calling community engagement officers, we don't yet have that.
Following January's shooting at Magruder High School in Durwood, State's Attorney John McCarthy mentioned his concerns about the dismantling of the SRO program.
I was on some study groups to study whether we should have officers in the school or not have officers in the school. The decision to take them out was made before the study groups that I was on finished their study. So, I mean, I was disappointed by the process.
And one council member who spoke anonymously with 7 News echoed State's Attorney John McCarthy, that council member saying Executive Mark Elrich ended the county's SRO program in haste. We're live at school headquarters in Rockville. I'm Kevin Lewis. 7 News.
Thanks, Kevin. Tomorrow night, Alexandria city leaders will be discussing school resource officers, specifically a request from the school board to fund the program for another year. SROs were briefly pulled from schools last year, but brought back after concerns of a growing number of fights, both inside and outside the classroom. The city council's work session begins at 7 o'clock.
More signs of the return to pre-pandemic life around our area. The Smithsonian says its museums will gradually return to their traditional schedules. The first to be open 7 days a week will be the National Museum of African American History and Culture, as well as the National Museum of American History. That starts Monday. The National Postal Museum hours will change next Friday. Almost every other museum will see its schedule change on May 13th. Two exceptions, though. The Arts and Industry Building will keep a reduced schedule. And, of course, the Air and Space Museum on the National Mall closed this week for renovations until at least this fall.
I'm sorry, Dave, can you say that all again? I missed that.
No, but if you go to the website, I'm sure you can find it there.
Well played. I tell you what, we got a lot going on.
You are juggling all kinds of weather situations.
Yeah, and it's a matter of where you are and when you are. I mean, it's not a one-size-fits-all by any stretch, and each day is going to be very different. So let me get you out the door. Here's an overall snapshot as we look ahead to the next several days. Tomorrow, we have the morning rain/mix. It's going to be warmer. We then are going to be tracking storms on Thursday, and then we'll drop back down. Mainly dry, mild on Friday, seasonable on Saturday, with another chance of showers on Sunday. But where I really want to focus in for you are these next 2 days, because this is where we're going to have some impactful weather. First of all, newly issued, a brand new winter weather alert for us now has been extended to the Blue Ridge, so it includes Interstate 81 and all the communities up and down it. Of course, the Panhandle region, back over to Hagerstown. We'll go to Cumberland and Frostburg, out to Garrett County, even as far west as, say, Morgantown into West Virginia. That is up for tomorrow until 11 o'clock in the morning. So let me show you the updated futurecast, and this just came down, and it's a little different than the one I showed you even 30 minutes ago, and I'll point out those differences in a second. For tonight, we're fine, but by tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, the pink is where that winter mix is, and that's going to be some sleet, which is basically an ice pellet, mixed in with a little rain-snow mix. The major difference here between last time is it holds it back just a little bit. So 5 o'clock in the morning, not quite to the district. It's closer to about 7 o'clock in the morning, but it does have that pink shade that goes all the way up, pretty much up and down, say, the 270 corridor, back over to 66, and of course, areas off to the west. And that's where you could get those dicey conditions where you get the sleet coming down, you get that rain-snow mix. Then we get into the later mornings at 8 o'clock. Notice it starts to transition. The green is the rain. We get to, say, 9 o'clock. Now it's limited to northern parts of Frederick County, Maryland, up into Carroll County and areas north of that. We get into 10 to noon tomorrow. Then it's all rain, if anything, and it moves on out of here. We're dry for the remainder of the day. Now, in terms of our temperatures, we're going to start out, obviously, down in the 30s. You got that winter mix there. But we're going to go all the way up to near 60 degrees for the high temperature tomorrow. Then on Thursday, we go even hotter than that, warmer, I suppose. Temperatures into the mid-70s. On Thursday, we're going to be on a weather alert. And here's the newest data on this one as well. It brings the showers in mid to late morning through about noon, but it doesn't have anything excessively heavy by that time. But still, into the afternoon and evening hours, this is when our greatest time period is going to be for the potential for thunder and lightning, heavy rainfall, and the possibility of some stronger to severe storms. But the riskiest time of this all, the most impactful, will likely be Thursday evening as the cold front itself approaches, where we could see strong winds up to 60 miles per hour as this is racing through between that 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. time frame. Here's a batch here around 10 o'clock Thursday evening. We hit midnight on Thursday. That goes away. We take the weather alert off, and things are much quieter for Friday. So again, winter mix tomorrow morning, severe storm potential on Thursday. We'll have that 7-day forecast, Dave, coming up here in just a bit.
Thank you, sir. More now on what's become the single most shocking and, because it's 2022, viral moment in Oscars history. It was when actor Will Smith smacked comedian Chris Rock after a badly received joke about Smith's wife, actress Jada Pinkett Smith. Within seconds of the assault, seen by millions, including all the folks watching right here on 7 News, Twitter exploded. Many vented their anger and displeasure at Smith. Some of that anger ended up on the Twitter account belonging to Will Smith, the Maryland state senator, with the Twitter handle @WillCSmithJR. I asked the Montgomery County lawmaker about it earlier this afternoon.
I went to bed early and I missed it. I missed the event, the main event. And when I woke up the next morning, I had over 100 new Twitter followers and dozens of messages asking me why I smacked someone. And I had no idea what was going on. And so I finally found the video online and educated myself. So it was a big shock, but you know, there is some levity to it. So there's no doubt in my mind that some folks thought that they were cracking the code and talking directly to the other Will Smith. But for the most part, I got to say that I think people were just trolling, having a little bit of fun, tongue-in-cheek fun with.
And the senator tells us none of his colleagues in the Maryland State Senate missed their chance to poke fun at his similar name. And apparently getting slapped by Will Smith turns out to be a good career move. People are excited to see Chris Rock back on stage again. One ticket reseller said it sold more tickets to see Chris Rock overnight than it had in the past month combined. By the way, Chris Rock due to appear in Baltimore April the 22nd and the 23rd.
New at 6. A career first responder born and raised in D.C. rising in the ranks, ever closer to the top, making D.C. Fire and EMS history. Also ahead at 6, school superintendent. It's one of the toughest jobs to fill these days. The latest district in our area in need of one.
Businesses across the country struggling to find staff as there are far more open jobs than workers to fill them. At the same time, there are new signs consumer confidence is starting to drop. National correspondent Atra Al-Nashar explains how all of this is putting the economy on shaky ground.
Growing uncertainty in the U.S. economy is creating new concerns. Americans' confidence in the economy is stronger than it's been in recent months, but fell short of expectations, according to the Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index out Tuesday. Expectations for the economy in the next 6 months are dimming, according to the index, following a drop in consumer spending last month as prices keep rising.
$100 and some for something that I would have paid a year ago, maybe half that amount.
It's a tricky time for businesses, too. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 6.7 million people were hired in February, but by the last day of the month, there were still 11.3 million job openings. The Great Resignation drags on, as many are confident they can get a higher-paying, more flexible job. 4.4 million quit in February, slightly higher than the 4.3 million who quit in January.
We keep increasing pay rates, but we keep recycling the same workers back and forth, and we're not getting new workers in to fill these job openings. So this is just going to continue this problem.
Those higher wages and a lag in supply contributing to the highest inflation in 40 years. By easing off of emergency pandemic measures like near-zero interest rates, the Federal Reserve is trying to engineer a soft landing for the economy with stable prices and maximum employment instead of a crash or a recession. The White House is watching closely.
What I'm confident of is that they will do that with care and with precision and with independent judgment.
Former top economist in the Trump White House, Kevin Hassett, disagrees.
And then they're going to have to hit the economy with a hammer, and then the market will respond, and we'll have a recession.
All eyes on the Fed, trying to avoid sending the economy into a free fall. In Washington, I'm Atra Al-Nashar reporting.